The South Korean government has just released a pile of data listing more victims of Japan's colonial rule of Korea in the early 1900s. For more, we have our Hwang Sung-hee on the line. Sung-hee, what is the latest?
Kanyang, the government has just unveiled 67 volumes of documents that have detailed information on victims from Japan's colonial rule of Korea. The National Archives of Korea said the documents were found at the South Korean Embassy in Tokyo and said they were prepared in the 1950s to be used in bilateral talks between South Korea and Japan. The documents list more than 200,000 victims, with most being people who were forced into labor by Japanese colonial authorities, and contain information that has not been previously disclosed, like their date of birth and address. Now, these information will prove useful in determining the candidates eligible for compensation. The government is currently conducting a thorough review of the documents, and already it has identified more than 1,000 victims who were previously unknown, and it expects to confirm more victims of Japan's colonial era once it goes through all the documents. The findings come as South Korean victims of forced labor are seeking compensation from Japanese companies. While Japan claims that the issue of compensation for forced labor was settled under a bilateral agreement in 1965, South Korean courts have ruled that the individual rights of South Koreans to seek compensation remains intact. Now, the documents will most undoubtedly serve as key evidence to Japan's wartime crimes. Back to you.
Thank you, Sung-hee, for that. That was Arirang's Foreign Affairs Ministry correspondent Hwang Sung-hee with the latest on the government's unveiling of key evidence of Japan's wartime crimes.